Hello, welcome back to Pokemon Origins. In this episode, we're covering Cyndaquil, Quilava and Typhlosion. We'll get started, shall we? So, obviously starting off with Cyndaquil, its Japanese name is Hino Arashi. It is the Fire Mouse Pokemon. It is number 155 in the National Dex, and stands 0.5 meters tall, or 1 foot 8 inches, and weighs 7.9 kilograms, or 17.4 pounds. It is the starter Pokemon in Pokemon Gold, Silver, Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Cyndaquil is a small bipedal Pokemon that has bluish fur on its back and a milky colour on its underside. Its eyes are often depicted as closed due to its youngness and its youth, and it has 4 red coloured spots on its back. Flames erupt from these when Cyndaquil prepares for battle and such, and it also has a single claw on each of its back feet but none on its front feet. Cyndaquil was inspired by the Echidna, which is a shrew-like Pokemon, and it also has traits of shrews, including the long snout. There are no gender differences between Cyndaquil, and its shiny form has dark red fur instead of blue, and a tan coloured belly instead of the milky colour we are used to. Pokédex entries tell us that when Cyndaquil is angry, its flames burn very vigorously, and also when it is tired, its flames perform incomplete combustion, which, if you don't know what that means, basically means it doesn't have enough oxygen or energy to fully burn. Its names, first Hino Arashi, literally means storm of fire. It also comes from Yama Arashi, which means porcupine, obviously referencing Cyndaquil's flames being like spikes on a porcupine's back. Cyndaquil is a combination of cinder, which is ashes or the burning remains, and quill, which again means like needle-like hairs like a porcupine's. Moving now to look at Quilava, Cyndaquil's evolution. Its Japanese name is Magmarashi. It is the volcano Pokemon. It is number 156 in the National Dex, and stands at 0.9 meters tall, or 2 foot 11 inches, and weighs 19 kilograms, or 41.9 pounds. A Cyndaquil will evolve into a Quilava starting at level 14. Quilava's design is very similar in the design and colouring to Cyndaquil, but its body is now slimmer and is now a quadruped. It has triangular ears with red coloured insides and a small round nose instead of the snout on Cyndaquil. Its eyes are now open and have red irises. It has 5 red coloured spots on its back, 2 on its head and 3 on the tail area, which all project flames. Quilava was inspired by all the animals, or most of the animals in the Mustela genus, which are the weasels, and also by stoats, as they have a very similar body shape. It may have also been inspired by the paca, a South American rodent with a slender body, spotted skin and tiny ears. Like its pre-evolution Cyndaquil, Quilava have no gender differences, and also, similar to Cyndaquil, its shiny form has dark red fur and a tan belly. Pokédex entries tell us that Quilava's fur is non-flammable, which is why it doesn't burn when the flames erupt from its back, and also that its fires burn more strongly when it is ready to fight. Magmarashi is a combination of magma, which is lava or such from a volcano, and Yama Arashi, again meaning porcupine and referencing the needle-like hair on its back. Quilava is again a mix of quill, again needle-like hair like a porcupine, and lava. Finally, moving on to Typhlosion. Its Japanese name is Bakfun. It is the volcano Pokemon. It is number 157 in the National Dex, and stands at 1.7 meters tall, or 5 foot 7 inches, and weighs 79.5 kilograms, or 175.3 pounds. A Quilava will evolve into a Typhlosion starting at level 36. Typhlosion is a badger-like Pokemon with a bulky body, and it now has fiery vents around its neck and on its shoulders instead of its back. It is a quick Pokemon that is capable of agile movements, and it has thinner ears than Quilava. It was most probably inspired by a honey badger, and has a long agile body that's more like a weasel's, but it's considerably more bulky, which is why it's probably based on the honey badger. Like its pre-evolutions, there are no gender differences between Typhlosion, and also shiny form of Typhlosion has dark red fur and a tan body, much like Cyndaquil and Quilava's. Pokédex entries tell us that it rubs its blazing fur together to cause explosions, which is quite dangerous. And also that it creates heat shimmers to hide itself and make itself become invisible. Backfall is a combination of Bakulfu, which means blast, and Typhoon. Typhlosion is a combination of typhoon and explosion. It may have also come from typhus, which is the Greek word for hazy, relating to its heat shimmers to make itself invisible. May have also come from tephra, which means volcanic material, and also Typhon, which was a monster in Greek mythology who fathered many other monsters with his wife Echidna, if you remember, was what inspired Cyndaquil. Looking quickly at some height comparisons here, you can see that, well, Typhlosion is as big as me, almost, maybe a bit bigger, I can't tell, can you? And Quilava and Cyndaquil are about half the size, not that big really, but Typhlosion is a pretty cool dude. And now finally onto the Sprite kind of analysis. Starting off here with Gold, Silver, Crystal, you can see it is, all its sprites are pretty much the same. You can tell it's a Cyndaquil. Going through all the games, all the skin colour is pretty much the same throughout all the games, and there's not much to say on this one. And again, very much like Cyndaquil, Quilava Sprite has been pretty much exactly the same throughout all the games. There's been not much change at all really, just, you know, just Quilava. And last of all, Typhlosion. The only changes here are Gold and Silver. Its belly colour is much darker orange than in the rest of the games where it's a lighter, so the creators obviously decided that it was too dark a sprite and just to make it a bit brighter for everyone.